The equation is y equals negative cotangent of 2 times x minus pi over 4. The negative in front of the cotangent signifies an x-axis reflection. The 2 after the cotangent signifies a period adjustment, and the negative pi over 4 signifies a phase shift to the right. The period of the parent function for cotangent is pi, but because there is a 2 after the cotangent, we divide the old period pi by 2 to get our new period. There is no amplitude for cotangent, and because there is no number in front of the cotangent to signify a vertical shift, we put a 1 here and a negative 1 here. Because our period is pi over 2, pi over 2 goes here, half of that is pi over 4, half of that is pi over 8, and this is 1 pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, 3 pi over 8, 4 pi over 8, 5 pi over 8, and 6 pi over 8. Now our asymptotes go to x equals pi over 2 and x equals 0. When x equals pi over 4, y is 0, so we put a dot here. When x equals pi over 8, y equals 1, so we put a dot here. And when x equals 3 pi over 8, y equals negative 1, so we put a dot here and draw in our curve. Now for the x-axis reflection. The dot at 1 goes down here to negative 1. The dot here stays the same, and the dot here goes up to 1. And we draw in our curve, and the asymptotes stay the same. Now for the phase shift right, pi over 4, because phase shift is always last. Everything is going to shift to the right 2 units, because that's pi over 4. So our asymptote moves from 0 to pi over 4. This dot moves from pi over 8 to 3 pi over 8. This dot moves from pi over 4 to pi over 2, and this dot moves from 3 pi over 8 to 5 pi over 8. Our asymptote moves from pi over 2 to 3 pi over 4, and we draw in our curve, and purple is our final.